students, welcome to the session. This is Sweta, your English master teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing super amazing, and today I have come up with another amazing chapter, guys. An Angel in Disguise. It's a beautiful and heart-touching story, as all of you must have seen in the other previous videos where I actually explained the entire chapter. So today we will be revised. So one short revision for ICSE grade 10th, guys, and the chapter that we are going to take today is An Angel in Disguise. So are we ready to start off, guys? Are you guys excited? Yes or no? 1 minute. So students, are you excited for the session? Happy New Year, Srijani. Wish you the same. Hi Tejasvi. Hello Martin. Good afternoon. Hi Preeti. So welcome everyone, and let us begin. Today I want full participation from your end. So can I expect full participation from you in the questions that we are going to discuss today? Are you prepared? How many of you are prepared for the revision chapter today? Give me a quick thumbs up in the chat box. Give me a yes in the chat box quickly. Okay, awaited session. Okay, thank you so much. Hi Shizuka, Martin, Deepti, Srijani. Good afternoon, Vivek. Superb, superb, superb. So, An Angel in Disguise by T.S. Arthur. Okay, and this is the first extract that we are going to read. So, please read it along with me. I'm not going to read the full extract because that would consume a lot of time. Okay, but please, guys, at home, you should read the full extract. You will be getting the slides. So, please download those slides and go through the full extract because you have to be thorough with the chapter, right? So this exercise is actually going to make you thorough with the text because that is how you are getting, you will be expecting in your papers as well, right? So please, please, please be thorough with your text. Okay. This woman had been despised, scoffed at, and angrily denounced by nearly every man, woman, and child in the village. But now, as the fact of her death was passed from lip to lip, in subdued tones, pity took the place of anger, sorrow of denunciation, etc., etc. And where is it ending? What is to be done with the children? Okay, but the children must not be left to starve. So that part of the story where which describes about all the children there and the mother having left them because she passed away due to alcohol consumption, right? So are we ready for the first question related to this passage? Have you gone through the passage? Did you understand from which point actually is the extract taken from? Are we ready? Yes or no? Okay, chalo. So the first question that you are supposed to answer is, why did the neighbor's attitude change when they heard the news of her death? Please tell me the answer, guys, in the chat box. Please, please, please hurry up and tell me the answer. Come on, guys. I want answers from you all in the chat box. Because death brought pity. Yes, Shrestha, absolutely correct answer. The neighbor's attitude changed when they heard the news of her death because they felt pity for her three children left destitute. Destitute as in poor. Okay, pitiful condition, right? Suffering from poverty and with no one to take care after her death. So they would be starving. They were left to starve. Okay, and they were left alone. So no guardian. Okay, no one to take care of them, right? So therefore the neighbor's attitude changed a bit when they heard the news of her death. Otherwise she was a woman who was always despised, who was always looked down upon by the other by the neighbors because of her alcohol consumption. But the moment everybody came to know about the death, and she left behind, and the fact that she left behind three children, that was very, 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 that changed the attitude. So yes, out of maybe compassion was the correct word. Okay, right. The woman was hated, yes, but finally, the pity aroused. 1 minute. Okay, one of you asked me the meaning of denunciation. So denunciation is basically, a public one second, क्या हो गया? Yes. So yes, public, negative feeling. Okay, it's public condemnation. All right. So that is the meaning of the word denunciation. I am facing some problem. 1 minute, guys. Okay. Yes. Now it's fine. Right. So next question is describe the three children. So please do let me know the answer. Describe the three children. Come on, come on. Death touches everyone's heart and makes us feel pity. Yes, Devadrati, absolutely correct answer. Very well said. Yes, so definitely they were pitiful because of the death of the old woman, but more because she left behind three children with no one to take care of them, right? So describe the three children is the next question. Okay, all of you are naming the three children. I want the description also. John was the oldest boy of 12, was a stout boy, able to earn his living with any farmer. Kate, between 10 and 11, was bright, active girl out of whom something clever might be made if in good hands. That means she needed to be groomed. She needed grooming. Okay, I think I should take another color. 1 minute. So Kate needed grooming, all right? And the last kid, that was poor little Maggie, about whom the story is concerning, the youngest was hopelessly diseased. 2 years before, a fall from a window had injured her spine and she had not been able to leave her bed since. So she was bedridden. She was completely bedridden except when lifted in the arms of her mother. So she was in a deplorable condition. Okay? Bedridden, helpless, but also of no use. Mind this, she was of no use. Look at the boy of 12. She could easily, he could easily earn his living if he is involved with any farmer, right? So he was kind of self-dependent, right? Even Kate was a bright and active girl, and if she is groomed properly, then she could also, grooming is required, but she could also be of help. But unlike these two kids who could be of help to someone, the third kid was, the youngest, but she was hopelessly diseased, right? She had an injured spine, she was completely bedridden, and also she was of no use, right? Clear? Yes, Mimansa, absolutely correct. Yes, Shrestha, you can actually say that the villagers were actually trying to seek cheap labor. That is also kind of correct. Okay, guys. So before moving further, guys, I would like to announce again, if you want to join us, you can definitely join us. You can gain 100% marks and score 100% knowledge. You have to visit the link and you can avail unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes. You can compete with the students throughout the world. You can have interactive replays and also you can download the content with handwritten notes of master teachers. And you can get all your doubts solved, right? Because we have, along with the master teachers, we also have class teachers in the class who will cater to all your doubts, guys. And after each and every session, you have assignments solving which will enable you to understand where you stand. And we give you the performance report, okay, of each and every test that we take. So that would be really of great help to you guys. And you can, apart from that, you can avail 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams, that too in less price. So just visit the link in the description box and pinned comment and use the coupon code SWREPRO. Okay? Okay, so we have all the 6 subjects in our platform. So you can definitely, it is kind of one-stop solution for all your needs, right? So you can definitely avail the opportunity and make maximum use of it, because these 2 years are very crucial, guys, and you should not let go of this opportunity. So this is the price, guys. If you apply this coupon code, you can actually avail the discount offer of 2159 per month and 5599 for 3 months, which when you reduce it down, you actually get 11 rupees per class for a month and 9 rupees per class for 3 months, which will be even lesser than a packet of Lays. Okay? Moving ahead. Next passage. So please read through the passage. Yes, Shilpi, old Chief Seattle speech. Yes, definitely we will come up one after another. Okay. All right. After considering the matter and taking it over with his wife, Farmer Jones said that he would take John. So now this passage is discussing who adopted whom and the reason of their adoption, the reason behind their adoption, right? And it's ending, with Mrs. Ellis, but no one seems inclined to take her. Inclined to take whom? That little girl, okay, Maggie. I must act from a sense of duty to have trouble with the child, for she is an undisciplined thing, used to having her own way. So that was told about Maggie, okay, that she is not disciplined, right? And that was 1 minute. Mrs. Ellis, who had been looking out for a bound girl, concluded that it would be charitable in her to make choice of Katie. So she is actually trying to justify her reason of adopting Katie, even though she was too young to be of much use. Sorry, so she was talking about Katie here. Okay, so she is not very disciplined. But she needs grooming, right? So this is told about Katie, okay, whom she adopted. So now we are talking about the two kids, John and Katie, right? So let us see what is the question. Who offered to take John and why? This is a very important and a very common question which you can expect in your answers, in your questions as well. Okay, so who offered to take John and why? Come on. Hi, Bhargavi. Okay, I'm giving you some time to type. Don't worry, don't worry. You can give me just points, okay? No need to write full sentences. Just points would do. Who offered to take John and why? Yes, Preeti. And Srijani, okay, very good. Srijani, absolutely correct. Superb, superb. So, absolutely correct answers given by most of you. Farmer Jones offered to take the boy John with him because he was stout and the farmer could make him work in his fields. So, you can actually talk about, the kind of selfish attitude of the society. You can also talk about the selfish attitude of the society, which we have discussed already in the previous sessions when we had explained the chapter. When I had explained the chapter, I had talked about this. So you can also mention that point that would add to your answer, right? So who took Katie and why? Come on. Stout is fat, okay? Fat, good build, a well-built structure, okay? Not very fat, I mean fit. Okay, well-built structure. So stout is actually well-built. Okay. Farmer Jones offered to take John. Okay, very good, very good. Superb, Sanju, absolutely correct. Yes, Shilpi, Miss Ellis, yes. Very good, very good. So she had been looking for a bound girl to work in her house. Okay. However, she pretended that she was doing charity. This line is very important and it actually talks about the pretentious nature of the society, which you can add at the end of your answer. So at the end of your answer, if you add a value or whatever you have understood from the answer, it would definitely give an added advantage and you would be impressing the examiner, right? So everybody would be writing the same answer almost, in their own words, but very few of the students would be adding these kind of values, like what have you understood from this, okay? So if you actually show your understanding, then that would definitely be very, very, very good. Your answers would stand out from the rest, right? So, and would surely cause trouble as she seemed headstrong. So she was headstrong. She would cause, that was a kind of justification given by Miss Ellis. So you can say that she was trying to justify her charity, okay, or charitable, so-called charitable attitude, right? So you talk about that, and you also talk about, her pretentious nature, right? So that is very, very, that would be completing your answer. Moving ahead, we have the next passage. But no one said, I'll take Maggie. So now we come to the point where Maggie is addressed. Pitying glances were cast on her worn and wasted form, and thoughts were troubled on her account. Okay, and it goes on till, for your child or mine, said the other, lightly speaking, but for it's this is this, okay, just meaning this brat, it will prove a blessed change. She will be kept clean, have healthy food, and be decorated, which is more than can be said of her past condition. So here they are talking about, they were discussing about taking little Maggie. In this one, they are discussing about taking little Maggie to the poor house, right? So they are arguing about, whether they are arguing about the topic of poor house, where someone is saying that it is a sad place for sick and helpless child, but the other is saying that it would be much better than her past condition. Okay, so that was the kind of debate it was, going on when it was the time for Maggie to be adopted, right? Clear? Yes, advantages of taking Maggie to poor house, absolutely. So they were talking about uh, advantage and disadvantage, okay, of Maggie to be taken to the poor house, right? So the question is, how did the villagers look at Maggie? Why did no one want to take her? Come on. Okay, how did the villagers look at Maggie? Why did no one want to take her? Please give me the answers, guys. Most of you I see is most of you are spamming, so I'm not checking the spam messages. I will only check the answer, guys. Okay, right. Look with pity, Mimansa. Absolutely correct. Anything else? No, Shizuka, please give me your answer. I'm there to read your answers. But most of you are spamming. That is why it's causing difficulty for, reading your answers. So if you stop spamming and actually talk about the answer, then it will be easy. I'm not in a hurry at all. I want to read your answer. Okay. Maggie was bedridden, hopelessly diseased, and also became an orphan. Life was not easy for her, even though she was going through, okay, probably the worst time. Right, very good, Shrestha, very well answered. She was of no use. Right, very good, she was of no use, absolutely correct. The villagers looked at, 1 minute. Right, so the villagers looked at Maggie with pity because she was thin and diseased. So wan, okay, waning means looking very, waning is looking very thin and pale and not in a proper health. Okay, so they showed concern for the poor child, and many mothers even brought cast off garments and removed her soiled and ragged clothes and dressed her. So that part they did. So this is actually showing their sympathy, okay, their sympathy, their compassion, okay, their compassionate side, okay, right? They felt sympathy and concern for the sad eyes and patient face, but none of them wanted to take her with them as she was disabled and no use to them. So despite the fact that they had, so this is actually showing both the sides of the society, right? The sympathetic and concern. Yes, we do have concern. Yes, we do have sympathy for these kind of children. But how many of you would actually take the responsibility of such children? So this is also questioning the responsibility of the people of the society, right? Although they were really concerned about her, that is why they are doing all these activities, removing her ragged clothes and garments and dressing her in clean attire. That definitely shows the good side of, you know, the people in the society. But we can also see another side where we can question the responsibility, okay, of taking that particular girl and, you know, adopting that particular girl, right? So also we can definitely empathize. So this can have multiple layers of interpretations how we actually see this, right? So definitely if we try and empathize and look from the perspective of the people of the society, yes, it is definitely it is a great responsibility on their shoulder to, you know, take care of her. But nobody is, nobody is keen on taking the responsibility of this kind of a child, right? So that is where we are questioning, right? So this is also found in today's world. This is quite applicable in our society as well, right? Even today, in today's context, right, the same thing happens. Although we feel sympathetic and compassionate, but we shudder to take responsibility of these child, right? So you can mention that, shudder to or think twice to take, you know, before taking the responsibility of a disabled child, we have to think twice, okay. Mm, okay, so next question is, what solution did the rough man suggest for Maggie? Why would the poor house be a good place for Maggie? So the advantages of the poor house that is being talked about in the passage, anyone? Yes, Shrestha, Maggie was bedridden, hopelessly diseased, and became an orphan. Very good, very good. Koi baat nahi, Bhargavi. Anybody else who would like to answer? I think live chat is not working or what? फोन ही खराब हो गया है. It's not working. 1 minute. Oh, I can't see your chats. 1 second, 1 second. Okay. I am not able to see the chats. I don't know why. क्या हो रहा है? 1 minute रुको. Anyways, I'll check later. Why am I not able to see the chats? I don't know. Having some problem. Anyways, so what solution did the rough man suggest for Maggie? Why would the poorhouse be a good place for Maggie? Right? The rough man suggested that Maggie be taken to a poorhouse which was meant for destitute and orphans like Maggie who had no one to take care of them. Okay, it felt it would be the best place for her because she would be kept clean and have healthy food, be doctored, which was more than she could be said of her past condition. So as I told you, the last paragraph, that is what you have to talk about, right? Okay, last, I think this is the last passage that we will do today. It's a cruel thing to leave her so, then take her to the poorhouse, etc., etc. A vague terror had come into her thin white face. So this is the situation of, or this is the reaction of Maggie. Okay, so let us quickly check what are the questions. Who said it is cruel? It's a cruel thing to leave her so, and why did he say this? Please answer the question in the chat box. Let me find out again if I can actually see the chat again. And message chat ही नहीं दिख रहा. एक सेकेंड रुक जाओ. Okay. Right. So, who said it's a 12 thing? The wheelwright. So, everybody should know this, that Joe Thompson said when all the villagers showed that in spite of pity, so every villager, despite, as I told you, that they had pity, but they were not able to take responsibility, right? So, none of them wanted to take home. So, that was Joe Thompson who said that. Okay, when everybody, despite showing pity and despite understanding the state of that girl, failed to empathize with her and failed to take responsibility of taking her home, right? So they were ready to leave her alone in that place. Now describe the feelings and plight of Maggie when she was left alone. This is a very very important question, guys. So I would suggest you actually give me the answer here. Okay, चलो. यार मुझे तुम लोग का आंसर ही नहीं दिख रहा है. दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम. आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. Okay. So Maggie felt desolate and frightened at being left helpless at the rundown cottage that was the only home she had known. Her spine was broken, so with a painful effort, she raised herself, etc., etc. And finally, her thin face reflected a vague terror. So definitely, she was very apprehensive about her future. Okay, so mention that she was very apprehensive about her future, right? So about her future, and she also thought that bleak future. Okay, so bleak future and dark future, which was just standing there in front of us, staring her at her face, right? Bleak future, you can say, staring her at her face. All right, so these are the extra points that you can definitely add. And next passage is, "Oh, Mr. Thompson," she cried out, catching her suspended breath, "don't leave me here all alone." So this is by Maggie, right? And no, dear, he answered. That this is the conversation between Maggie and Mr. Thompson, right? What assurance did Joe Thompson give Maggie, and what did he do? Very, very important question. So first of all, please understand this question, because these are the questions which will be available in Menti session as well, which we will very soon have right now. Okay, after this. Okay, so he said that you I would recommend you to write this in indirect speech. Okay. Okay, please convert this in indirect speech, right? Then Mr. Thompson went to bed, and stooping down, he wrapped her with the gentleness and then finally lifted her up, right? And that means he was taking her to his home. What idea do we get of the character of Mr. Thompson? This we have already done in the previous lecture. Okay, please watch the previous lecture where we have already done the character sketch of Mr. Thompson, but here we are supposed to focus on only those characteristic features which are evident in this passage, right? So definitely he had, so appearance versus reality, we should not judge, don't judge a book by its cover, right? So that is what we can say over here, because you see, although he had a rough exterior, he had a heart, and it was very tender in some places, because he never failed to take the responsibility. He could feel the pain that the girl was undergoing. He could empathize with that girl, right? He liked children and was pleased to have them to come to his shop. So this was, this is showing his love for children, okay, where sleds, etc. Okay, and he also used to give them free of cost without taking anything. So definitely you have to talk about love for children, and this also reminds us of the fact that he did not have any children. Okay, he did not, he was childless, so therefore, and but he had a very tender heart with a lot of love and softness and tender feelings, right? So that is about Joe Thompson. And then you haven't brought, so this is the final passage, okay, this is the conversation between, this is not the final passage, I guess this is another passage where we are actually taking care of the final conversation that is being held between, not final conversation, but after, what happens after Joe takes that girl to his house. How did Joe counter his wife on her remark about Maggie? Okay? Okay. So, Bacha Bhati, please tell me the answer. One minute. One second, one second. आज बहुत problem face कर रही हूँ. Anyways, how did Joe counter his wife on her remark? Generally, Joe kept, Joe kept out of his way, wife's way, or kept rigidly silent, right? Uh, when she fired on any subject, but her remark about Maggie definitely had upset him, and he reacted with a firmly set countenance and a resolute pair of eyes. And what did he say? He said this, okay, I think women's hearts are sometimes very hard, and this should be done in indirect speech. So please do convert this in indirect speech, right? So that was how, Joe countered his wife on the remark. So he was actually very strict or stern. He gave a very stern reply, you can say that. He gave a very stern reply, which was quite unusual, because he usually used to keep very silent and non-combative. He never went, he never argued with his wife. But this time he was very upset by his wife's behavior towards that little girl. Okay, what does Mr. Thompson feel about the other woman who had left Maggie alone and gone away? So Mr. Thompson had nothing but disdain. This was the feeling which you have to highlight. And indignation for the women who had mouthed verbal sympathy. That means they appeared. So it was only appearance. Okay. It was only pretension. Okay. It was only verbal. Okay. So verbal sympathy is already given. So you can say lip service it was, right? For Maggie, and then abundant. So it was talking about their dual nature, okay, or you can say hypocritic nature. So these are the key words that you can use in the answer to make it even more complete, right? This is another passage, guys. We are actually trying to cover the entire, chapter. So I think this is the second last passage. After this, we will have the final passage, and with that, the story is going to end. Okay? So since it's a long passage, so I am not going to read through the entire entire thing, but please do have a read of the entire passage, right? What did Joe want to convey to his wife from his quotes from the Bible? Very, very, very important. This is a very important question, guys. He wanted to tell his wife that even their religion advocated love. So this is the very theme of the story that we come across. Okay? That is, if whoever is showing love and compassion, he or she will be definitely rewarded. Okay? So religion advocated love for children. Okay? He wanted her to feel sympathy and love for the disabled, lonely, and abandoned Maggie. So he wanted her to, empathize with. Sorry. Maggie. And think about her condition. She was faced with a terrible situation. On one hand, she was left alone. You know, her mother had died. She had a bleak future staring at her. So he wanted his wife to think about the poor condition of that desolate child, right? What brought eloquence to Joe's lips when he spoke to his wife? Okay, the kindness and love that Joe felt. So this is also a part of the character sketch. You can definitely add this part in Joe's character sketch, right? That he felt love and kindness, as we did this already. That he used to love children. Okay, uh, and yes, so that made Joe emotional and eloquent, right? So that is why he became really very upset, because everything was going on in his mind, right? How Maggie was abandoned and how Maggie is desperately in need of help. Okay. Final passage, guys. What attracted Joe's attention? So this is the ending of the story, guys. Okay. So let us have a look at the question. What attracted Joe's attention after he returned from day's work? Very, very, very simple. That is, a light shining through the little chamber windows was the first object. Please remember, this was the first object. Okay. And he considered it as a good sign. Okay. So definitely with her sweetness. So this talks about how, you know, Maggie Maggie lighted up the darkness in their life. Okay, so this is, the symbolic meaning here. So please include the symbolic meaning. Again and again I'm telling you, you have to include these things so that your answer is, more complete. Okay, so and enriched as well. So lighted up the darkness in their lives, right? So definitely angel. Here we come to the title, angel in disguise. She really turned out to be an angel in disguise, right? And last question is, what did Joe see from the window? Joe also saw a very pleasant scene. What was that? Maggie lying a little raised with the lamp shining on her face, right? She seemed to be in a conversation with his wife. So definitely they were developing a bond. So he could actually see the mother-child bond, right? And also the tender feelings of the mother. Okay, so mother child bond and also tender feelings which had recently taken place, and who had filled the emptiness or the vacuum in Joe's in Mrs Thompson's life. It was this child. Okay, so uh, you can say that vacuum was filled. Vacuum in whose heart? In Mrs Thompson's heart, right? Was filled, and the darkness was forever, removed. Okay, so that was all, guys. We have completed the entire chapter, and we did this with the help of question and answers from each and every extract. I hope this will be really helpful to you. And now we will be starting off with the Menti session, right? So are we ready for the Menti session, guys? Yes. Okay. So thanks for watching, and please do hit the like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please share the video amongst your friends so that they are also equally, able to complete their preparation just as you are able to do. Take care. 1 minute. Okay, so let us. Menti quiz. First question. The code is 8308-823, and I could see so many people started to join. Not so many, but few people started to join. Okay. Alright guys, so let us begin with the Menti session. Right. So the first question guys on your screen, okay? What assurance did Joe Thompson give Maggie? He would not leave her alone. He would take her to poorhouse. He would find her a home or all. What assurance did Joe Thompson give Maggie? I have already discussed this, so I want everybody to give me the correct answer. More and more number of correct answers, please. Come on, guys. Very good. Most of you are absolutely correct. So he would not leave her alone. Right? We did that in the text itself, right? In the session itself right now. So absolutely correct answer. Very well answered. So let us quickly look at the first leaderboard. Okay, so we have Ashish as the fastest, Sara, Pinaki, Mohit, Luke, Debadrati, Archana, Ria, Sanju, and English lover in disguise. Okay, why are you in disguise? Okay, and we have Durva. Superb, guys. Very well done. Let's move ahead with the next question. Okay. So next question on your screen right now. What type of a person was Mrs. Thompson before she met Maggie? Arrogant, loving, ill-tempered, gentle, both A and C. Please answer it correctly. Come on. Very simple answer, simple question, guys. Oh. People have got confused here. Beta, it is both A and C. She was arrogant and ill-tempered before she met Maggie, right? So you saw the kind of conversation that was taking place between Mr. and Mrs. Thompson. So definitely she was ill-tempered as well as arrogant, okay? So let us have a look at the second leaderboard. Let's see if there is any change in the leaderboard. Array, my screen hasn't minimized. So we have Ashish, Pinaki, Sanju is this time the fastest, Archana, Naomi, Debadrati, Luke, John, Shrestha and Ansh. Beta, I want more people to join the Menti quiz. Come on, the code is 83088823. Those of you who couldn't join, please join it. Go to menti.com and use the code 83088823. Okay? Moving ahead. Third question. Okay, before moving ahead, guys, please, those of you who are interested in gaining 100% knowledge and being with us and scoring 100% marks, you can have unlimited live classes with fun and high level quiz questions. You can compete with the students throughout the world. You can have interactive replays with live quizzes and leaderboards. And also you can download the content and handwritten notes of the master teachers. You have in-class doubt solving quality tests with quality tests and assignments. So we have class teachers for you guys who will be solving all your queries in the class. Okay? Apart from that, you have 5,000 plus micro course and crash courses for competitive exams. That too in less price. You just need to visit the link in the description box. Use the coupon code SWREPRO. Alright. So now we will move ahead with the next question, that is question number 3. Okay? Question number 3. How was Thompson transformed? How was Mrs. Thompson transformed? Through Bible, through the love of Mrs. Thompson, Miss Maggie's innocence and sweetness, both A and B, both B and C. Please be careful and then answer. Come on. 10 seconds, guys. Come on, come on. Okay. 1 minute. Yes. Okay. So most of you are absolutely correct. That is Maggie's innocence and sweetness transformed her. Superb, superb. Yes, so let us have a look at the leaderboard after the fourth question. So this is the fourth question, guys, on your screen. Why did everyone leave Maggie alone? Okay, why did everyone leave Maggie alone? Because she was bedridden, she had a big sum of debt, because she was of no use, both A and C, or all of the above. Let me see. Superb! But most of you got confused between Acha, yes, because both. Okay, she was bedridden and she was no use. She was of no use. Okay, so that therefore, everybody left Maggie alone. So I think most of you got confused between A and D. So let us see if there is any twist in the leaderboard. So leaderboard, guys, time for the leaderboard for third and the fourth question together. Okay, so we see thoda sa change. Yes, okay, slight change, not much, change, but Ashish is quite consistent, being the fastest and also securing the first position with Pinaki, Namami, Shrestha, Srijani, Sanju, Mimansa, John, Luke, and Ansh. Superb, guys, superb, mind blowing. So let us see. The last two questions are there, guys. I want more people up on the leaderboard. So brace yourselves up for the last two questions. Okay? So fifth questions on your screen. Why did Joe help Maggie? Why did Joe help Maggie? Because he needed Maggie to work on his field. He loved children and he didn't have a child because he wanted someone to help his wife. Both A and B, both A and C. 10 seconds to go, guys. Come on. Come on. I hope you all are enjoying. Yes. Okay. Most of you have given the correct answer. So, guys, are you liking the questions? If yes, then please do hit the like button. Okay, don't forget that. Right. So, because he loved children and he didn't have a child. Okay. So, that was the correct answer. And let us have a look at the. Okay, let's have a look at the leaderboard. Right, Ashish is constant with Shrestha, Namami, Sanju, Srijani, Mimansa, John, Pinaki, Ansh, Debatriti is this time the fastest. Superb, guys. Are you ready for the final question? Yes or no? Are you ready for the final question? And are you guys excited to see who is going to be the winner for today's Menti? Okay, the last question के लिए तैयार हो जाओ. Last question we have on your screen. Not very difficult, you all will be able to do it. Identify the incorrect statement in the context of the story. Was featured in After a Shadow and Other Stories. Stresses on the importance of love and care in one's life. Both are correct, both are incorrect. Let us see how many of you can actually answer this question. I think most of you will be able to answer. Most of you will be able to answer. I know that. Come on. Very good. So got confused. Okay. It is both are correct. It was featured in his collection, T.S. Arthur's collection, After a Shadow and Other Stories. This is the name of the collection. Okay. And it definitely stresses on the importance of love and care in one's life. So these both of them are correct. No statement is incorrect. Okay. So C is the correct answer. So many of you got confused. So was this very confusing, guys? Please let me know in the chat box. And did you enjoy the confusion? And did you enjoy those of you who could actually get this correct? How are you liking it? Was this question a bit tough? So it was a googly question, definitely, but I thought you would be able to answer this. Anyways, guys, so this is related to the theme. So you should know this now. By now, you know that it is included in the collection After a Shadow and Other Stories. This is the collection, okay? It was featured in that collection, and it definitely stresses on the importance of love and care. Definitely, it does stress, right? So both are correct, and let us have a look at the final leaderboard. Can we have the final leaderboard? Yes. Yes, excited. So please give me a high five, guys, in the chat box. Final leaderboard on the screen. Let's see. Kuch to hai, some changes. Okay, so yes, we have Namami as our winner today. So change, twist in the leaderboard. I hope you enjoyed the Menti session, guys, with the twist in the leaderboard. So that became quite exciting, and all of you have done super amazing. Namami, Sanju, Ashish, Shrestha, and Venus, Pinaki, Ansh, and Mimansa, all of you guys, superb. All of you have participated wholeheartedly. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and now you should be thorough with the chapter because I've completed the entire chapter. Okay? In today's class, one shot revision is done. So now your duty is only to go back home and prepare your answers based on the points that I gave you. Please frame your answers. Please write the answers that we have discussed today. At least those answers you should write, and you will see that your exams are going to be super rocking. Okay, guys, take care till then. Bye bye. We'll see you again in the next session.